The male protagonist Seiichi is humiliated by his classmates in various ways every day, until the god sends all the students in school to another world, where Seiichi's excellent life begins. He becomes the strongest man in this world, and even builds a huge harem. The most impressive of his harem members for me is a pink gorilla and a greedy donkey. To stay by Seiichi's side, they decide to turn into sexy beautiful girls. In the subsequent story, there will be many different beautiful girls around Seiichi. What species will they be? Like and subscribe, and let's start today's recap. We are first introduced to our male protagonist, Seiichi. He's a chubby, unattractive guy with body odor, which makes him a target of humiliation by his classmates. However, everything takes a dramatic turn on this particular day. The god's voice echoes through the school radio, commanding everyone to form teams as they are about to be transported to another world. He bestows special abilities upon the students to recognize each other and store items. The students venture into another world in groups, but Seiichi is the only one left behind. The god takes pity on the lonely Seiichi and grants him a unique skill that allows him to master all the knowledge of another world. Seiichi is then transported into a forest, where he searches for a long time and cannot find the exit. He is too starved to move. At this point, Seiichi sees a fruit on the ground. He can only identify it as an evolution fruit through his skills. Seiichi doesn't bother to know whether the fruit of evolution is poisonous and quickly eats it. Fortunately, nothing wrong happens. Seiichi notices that there are several gorillas up to level 120 nearby guarding 9 evolution fruits and a bunch of potions. Seiichi knows that he can't show up at his will because he is only level 1. He steals these things quietly when the gorillas are distracted. Unfortunately, a gorilla soon spots Seiichi and desperately chases after him. Seiichi can't beat the gorilla at all. Just when he thinks he is going to die, the gorilla stinks to death from his smell. After the gorilla dies, it drops a bunch of weapons and a book about the characteristics of gorillas. Seiichi also gains a new ability to teleport nearby. After spending several days exploring the forest and eating all the fruits, Seiichi starts to feel something unusual. His body undergoes a sudden transformation, becoming thinner, and he receives a tremendous boost in stats. Suddenly, the system notifies Seiichi that he has evolved, and this evolution process will happen 10 times in total, all thanks to the fruits he ate. Since then, Seiichi battles monsters in the forest with his newfound super strength, completing 9 evolutions one after another. He effortlessly defeats monsters with levels exceeding 300, but surprisingly, his current level remains at 1. At this time, the leader of the gorilla, a pink gorilla who calls herself Saria, comes to Seiichi for revenge. Saria is so vigorous that she can knock Seiichi down with a single punch. This is the most powerful opponent Seiichi has encountered since he evolved. In a desperate situation, he remembers that he has killed gorillas with the smell of his body, and intends to attack Saria in the same way. Interestingly, Saria is not knocked out but becomes obsessed with the smell of Seiichi. She carries Seiichi up and says that she wants to marry him. In this way, Seiichi is forcibly taken into Saria's cave to live with her, and he can only settle down and wait for the good timing to escape. Saria tells him that she has also eaten 10 fruits of evolution. The fruits that Seiichi steals are prepared for her future husband, who she believes is her destined husband. Saria looks rough but is actually a gentle gorilla. She carefully prepares clean clothes and hearty food for Seiichi, and even rescues Seiichi when he is in danger. Seiichi's impression of Saria slowly changes, but his yearning to escape remains strong. Without Saria noticing, he slips away and seeks refuge in a labyrinth, where a powerful skeleton lord with a level of up to 1500 resides. Saria pursues him relentlessly. The skeleton lord swiftly launches an attack on Seiichi, and just as things seem dire, Saria appears to shield him from the attack with her own body. Saria's breath gradually weakens, and Seiichi realizes that she is dying. Only at this moment does he recognize his true feelings for her. Filled with fury and the desire for vengeance, he declares a war against the skeleton lord to avenge Saria. The skeleton lord is surprised that humans fall in love with gorillas. While he is stunned, Seiichi transports himself to his side and stabs him to death with a dagger. After that, Seiichi picks up Saria and kisses her affectionately. At this time, a light appears on Saria, and Saria completes her last evolution to become a sexy beautiful girl, and her injuries are healed. Seiichi also completes the final evolution. He learns many new skills and magic. He has also become quite handsome. At this moment, Seiichi and Saria look at each other affectionately and agree to be together forever. Suddenly, the maze manager who calls himself Mr. Sheep appears in front of them. Mr. Sheep gives them 2 costumes and a bag of evolution fruits as a reward for defeating the skeleton lord, then transports them outside the maze. But instead of returning to the forest, they go to a strange place. Currently, Seiichi possesses such immense strength that it's almost frightening. Ordinary monsters are no match for his attacks. To keep his power hidden, Seiichi searches Mr. Sheep's rewards in hopes of finding something to conceal his abilities, and he comes across a cloak that does just that. It's been a while since Seiichi has encountered any other humans, and he decides to bring Saria along as he sets out to find a gathering place of humans. They arrive at the nearest town, where the guards guarding the gates tell them that those with identification can stay here for a long time, and that the quickest way to obtain their identifications is to register as adventurers. So Seiichi and Saria arrive at the Adventurers Guild, where the adventurers have eccentric personalities, and Seiichi suddenly regrets his decision. Registering as an adventurer requires taking an exam, and the examiner named Artoria is known in guilds for being harsh and cold. Few people know that she is reluctant to approach others because those who come into contact with her are always in danger. After giving Seiichi and Saria a series of tasks as exam questions, she sets off with Seiichi and others as a proctor. Among their exams, one involves exploring ruins. Seiichi attempts to use magic to demolish the ruins, but instead, a multitude of stones collapse, burying him alive. Concerned for Seiichi's safety, Artoria hastily digs through the debris, feeling guilty that her misfortune has put him in danger. Fortunately, Seiichi's strength saves him, and he emerges unscathed. Artoria worriedly accuses Seiichi of not being careful enough. Seeing Artoria's teary eyes, Seiichi discovers her true nature, a gentle and caring person. Next, Artoria takes Seiichi and Saria out to the wilderness to complete a mission. When Seiichi is acting alone, he encounters several demons. There is a perennial war between humans and demons, and when the demons see Seiichi, they see him as their enemy. A giant demon waves a wooden stick and smashes it at Seiichi, but he doesn't expect Seiichi crushes the wooden stick with great strength, frightening the demons to flee quickly. They come to the human territory to lay traps and transport human adventurers in the wild to the palace of the Black Dragon God, weakening the combat effectiveness of humans. Their purpose is achieved before they meet Seiichi. Soon Artoria falls into a trap. Seiichi and Saria rush to catch Artoria, and the three of them are transported together into a complex maze. This labyrinth is located near the palace of the Black Dragon God. To avoid the team from getting scattered, Artoria gives Seiichi a stone to identify his teammates. At this time, Artoria accidentally triggers the mechanism of the maze, and a wall rises from the ground to separate her from her companions. They can only explore the maze, looking for other ways to meet. Shortly after, Seiichi and Saria unintentionally stumble upon a room and encounter a hostile treasure box. Using his magic, Seiichi defeats the box and discovers a peculiar ring inside. This ring has the extraordinary ability to transform misfortune into good luck for its wearer. Before Seiichi can comprehend its powers, he senses that Artoria is on the other side of the wall as the stone begins to glow. Recognizing the fragility of the wall, Seiichi decides to force his way through. Meanwhile, Artoria searches for them in a maze and inadvertently enters Black Dragon God's room, where she will be treated as food. She exerts all her strength in the fight but is constantly defeated by Black Dragon God. Black Dragon God spews out a ball of flame intending to burn Artoria, but thankfully Seiichi shatters the wall in time to block the flames with his body. He heals Artoria with a healing potion, then rushes forward to fight Black Dragon God. Black Dragon God has a level of up to 5,000. It not only can use magic, but also has a lot of power, and it slaps Seiichi against the wall with a flick of its tail. Seeing that it is about to unleash a huge fireball, Seiichi hurriedly summons a waterfall with magic to defuse the attack. He uses his skills to dodge Black Dragon God's attacks, then waits for the opportunity to get close to Black Dragon God and defeat it. Following the battle, Seiichi experiences a significant level increase and acquires the ability to cast teleportation magic. Without delay, he casts magic to depart with his companions. Artoria feels guilty, thinking that her unique constitution caused the crisis. She confides in Seiichi, explaining that she has been cursed since birth, and anyone who comes near her will be in danger. Seiichi and Saria agree that they have already regarded Artoria as an important partner and don't mind her special physique. Artoria is moved to tears, and she flees from them so that others will not see her crying. Seiichi follows her worriedly. Finally, Artoria is found in the ruins that Seiichi had destroyed. He holds Artoria tightly to comfort her, saying that he will always be with her. This makes Artoria shy. Suddenly, Seiichi remembers that the ring he has gotten will help Artoria get out of bad luck. He puts the ring on her ring finger, promising to make her a happy person. Artoria freezes and runs away shyly. Seiichi then realizes that what he had done seemed like a marriage proposal. From that moment, Artoria's curse is lifted. However, she starts to distance herself from Seiichi, apparently misunderstanding his earlier words as a marriage proposal. Just then, Seiichi plans to have a conversation with Artoria, but before he can figure out how to approach the topic, Artoria shows up. Seiichi intends to clarify the misunderstanding, but Artoria silences him with a kiss. She bravely states that she has decided to pursue Seiichi boldly, whether he likes her now or not. In fact, Seiichi has the same crush on Artoria, but he doesn't want to betray Saria. Just as Seiichi is about to reject Artoria, Saria appears. Saria feels that powerful men are naturally attracted to females, and she has never wanted to monopolize Seiichi. She doesn't get angry even though she hears what Artoria says but tries to match them. Seiichi can no longer hold himself but kisses Artoria affectionately. Since then, Artoria, like Saria, has become Seiichi's girlfriend. Seiichi and Saria have successfully passed the exam and are now officially adventurers. The president of the Adventurers Guild advises Seiichi to get a horse, which would serve as a reliable means of carrying supplies and transportation. Appreciating the practical suggestion, Seiichi heads to a nearby horse farm to choose a suitable mount. Among the various unique horses, he also comes across a donkey named Lilina. She's stronger than all the other horses, and the only drawback is her grumpiness, as anyone who approaches her is likely to get kicked away. Seiichi understands Lilina's words through a special skill given to her by the gods and learns that she only obeys the strong. Seiichi is so competitive that he holds Lilina's 2 hooves to stop her from attacking. Lilina has never seen a human being with greater strength than her and has voluntarily surrendered to him. After Seiichi successfully takes Lilina with him, he hears the news that horse races are recently being held in the country and the prize for 5th place is Lilina's favorite food. At Lilina's begging, Seiichi takes her to the tournament and makes Saria and Artoria cheerleaders. Once the race kicks off, the other runners are galloping on their horses, but Lilina is unable to run at all because she forgot to have breakfast. Seiichi quickly searches through his food and feeds her a bag of evolution fruits. The evolution fruit works wonders, and Lilina gains remarkable strength instantly. She charges to the front of the team and ultimately wins 1st place in the race. The reward for the winner is not good food, but a day out with Louise, the female warrior loved by men in the whole country. Lilina, who doesn't get the food, cries as soon as she gets home, hugging Seiichi. At that moment, her body begins to glow. By the time the light fades, she has evolved into a beautiful girl. Saria and Artoria return just in time to bump into Lilina holding Seiichi, and Artoria beats Seiichi in anger. Even though Seiichi explains that the sexy girl is Lilina, she won't believe it. It isn't until Saria turns into a gorilla to defend Seiichi that Artoria finally believes in the magical effects of the fruit of evolution. Suddenly, several soldiers rush over and capture Seiichi. Upon inquiry, he discovers they are taking him to the palace to meet Louise. Known for her prowess in combat, Louise is a battle enthusiast and one of the mightiest warriors serving under the king. Once she hears about Seiichi's strength, she becomes eager to challenge him. While practicing her sword skills, she spots Seiichi's arrival and also effortlessly takes down dozens of warriors with a single move. Then, she hands Seiichi a wooden sword and proposes a friendly duel. Before Seiichi can respond, she launches her attack. Her swordsmanship is quite exquisite, but she is completely no match for Seiichi, who has undergone 10 evolutions. For the first time, Louise tastes the taste of failure. She kneels respectfully to Seiichi and asks Seiichi to be her master. Seiichi can't stand Louise's sincere pleads and can only agree. At this time, a maid rushes to report to Louise that King Rance has been attacked by an assassin. When Louise receives the news, she hurries with her subordinates to arrest the assassin. Seiichi rarely comes to the palace and doesn't want to miss such an interesting event. He uses a new skill he has acquired in the fight just now to detect the situation in the vicinity. Using his keen skills, Seiichi uncovers the identity of the assassin, who happens to be a cat girl named Oliga. Taking the initiative, Seiichi manages to knock Oliga unconscious and then hands her over to Louise. Worried, Louise informs Seiichi that Oliga's weapon is cursed. Rance, who was attacked by Oliga, will remain in eternal slumber. Merely capturing the assassin won't resolve the problem, and nobody in the palace possesses the knowledge to lift the curse on Rance. That's when Seiichi has an idea. Once he was visiting the library, he discovered that he had been given a special skill by God that he could learn everything by reading a magic book. The ability to create magic is also included. Seiichi tries to create magic to lift Ran's curse, and Louise takes him to Ran's bedroom. He focuses on creating new magic for Rance. After a while, Rance opens his eyes. He learns that he was saved by Seiichi, so he rewards Seiichi for going in and out of the palace at will in the future, and takes him to the bathhouse for a bath. Rance confides in Seiichi about his aspiration to build a world where demons and humans coexist in harmony without killing each other. Not long ago, the Demon Lord, who used to govern the demon race, got sealed by humans. Now, the leader of the demons is the Demon Lord's daughter. To achieve his goal, Rance initiates a peace agreement with her. Unfortunately, the Demon Lord's former subordinates oppose this action, and even the king of another human kingdom, the Kaiser Empire, shows no interest in living peacefully with the demons. These challenges make it difficult for Rance to realize his his dream. Admiring Ran's noble dream, Seiichi decides to lend a hand in maintaining the peace. However, Seiichi's companions are unaware of his decision, and they are tirelessly searching for clues about him. Eventually, through various sources of intelligence, they locate the palace and unravel the truth of the matter. After leaving the bathhouse, Seiichi meets his companions and Louise. Louise is preparing to interrogate Olga. Seiichi curiously follows her to the cell. Louise sees Olga wearing a strange collar around her neck, pointing out that it is a magic ring used to force the wearer to perform a mission. That is to say, Olga's assassination is completely manipulated. At present, no one knows how to remove the control of the magic ring. This kind of problem is a piece of cake for Seiichi, who can create magic. He easily creates a new magic that destroys the magic ring. When Olga regains her freedom, she cries out emotionally. She confesses that it is the king of the Kaiser Empire who has instructed her to assassinate, and that she and her people are controlled by the magic ring and tortured. Seiichi feels compassion for Olga and assures her that he will protect her like protecting his sister from now on. Louise doesn't object to Seiichi's decision to safeguard Olga because she understands that Rans, being a kind-hearted person, wouldn't mistreat a slave controlled by the magic ring. However, amid all this, the Demon Lord's former subordinates are plotting a fierce assault on Rand's kingdom. An unprecedented crisis is looming ahead. Soon after, Louise receives news that the country has been invaded by a large number of monsters. She hurriedly says goodbye to Seiichi and goes to the front to fight. The number of monsters is beyond Louise's imagination. There is fierce fighting between humans and monsters. It will take Louise a long time to end the war. After Louise leaves, Barnabas, the first magician of mankind, comes to the palace. He has come to report a matter to Rans. Barnabas runs a famous magic academy, and the Kaiser Empire recently sends a large number of heroes from another world to his academy. These heroes cause trouble everywhere, which upsets him a lot. Thinking that his classmates who also got transported to another world with him haven't been heard from until now, Seiichi speculates that the heroes mentioned by Barnabas are indeed his classmates. As it turns out, Seiichi's assumption is correct. Since their arrival in another world, the students have been under the control of the Kaiser Empire. At this moment, an urgent report comes from a soldier, and a large number of monsters attack the capital where the palace is located. Now that the soldiers of the country have been brought to the front by Louise, Rans can only order the adventurers and Barnabas to gather in the country to defend the capital. Seiichi also takes his companions to the battlefield. Fortunately, the adventurers are strong enough to withstand the monsters' attacks. Saria also quickly joins the battlefield at this time, turning her arms back into their original form and hitting the enemy with great force. The other girls also kill enemies in their own combat styles. The number of monsters is overwhelming, and Barnabas simply casts a large magic to summon a hurricane. Barnabas is the first magician of mankind, and his hurricane blows all the monsters away without harming allies. Everyone is relieved. Unexpectedly, a group of monsters with a larger number and higher level appear. Now it's Seiichi's time to take action, and he unleashes all his strength to cast an immensely powerful spell. Destructive beams of light fall from the sky, accurately eliminating the monsters. With this devastating display, Seiichi effortlessly shatters the demons' attacking plan. Everyone is stunned, especially Barnabas, who has never thought of seeing such powerful magic. Barnabas implores Seiichi to go to the Academy of Magic as a teacher and allows Seiichi to take his companions with him. Seeing that the girls are all showing interest in the Academy of Magic, Seiichi agrees to Barnabas' invitation. In the meantime, Louise drives away the monsters at the border and comes back to the capital. Despite her strong desire to stay with Seiichi, she must remain and safeguard the capital. After bidding farewell to Louise, Seiichi sets off to the Magic Academy with the other girls. The Magic Academy is the largest school in the world, and it is a neutral zone where students from all over the world come to study. Seiichi's classmates became students at the Magic Academy before Seiichi's arrival. Since they came from another world, they are not welcome in the Magic Academy. Barnabas hopes that Seiichi can make a difference after his arrival. Due to Seiichi's incredible power, he can't enroll as a student at the Magic Academy. Instead, he becomes a teacher. In Seiichi's harem, Saria and Lilina become students, while Artoria and Olga become teachers. Seiichi is appointed by Barnabas as the head teacher of Class F. Beatrice, the former head teacher of Class F, takes Seiichi to the class. The students in Class F are the worst students in the entire Magic Academy. Not only do they have poor grades, but they also have an eccentric personality. Upon discovering that Seiichi is the new head teacher, they are taken aback because Seiichi appears to be around the same age as them and doesn't have the typical teacher look. Then the students of Class F begin to introduce themselves. There's a rebellious teenager who enjoys fighting, a confident and talented girl, a bear-like man who has difficulty speaking, and even the second prince of the Kaiser Empire. They are unwilling to accept Seiichi as their new head teacher, so Beatrice offers to let Seiichi fight the students so that Seiichi can prove his strength. In addition, Beatrice hopes that Seiichi can help the Class F students solve a difficult problem. The Class S is the best class in the Magic Academy, and the leader of the Class S is the eldest prince of Kaiser Empire who looks down on Class F very much. The students of Class F feel very angry and helpless. Soon, Seiichi fights the students of Class F as agreed, and the genius girl is the first to fight against Seiichi. In fact, the students of Class F possess formidable combat abilities. The talented girl, wielding 2 daggers, swiftly launches an attack on Seiichi. Initially, Seiichi finds himself in a challenging battle, but he quickly counters with powerful magic, defeating the talented girl in an instant. Soon after, the other 3 students offer to fight Seiichi together. The 3 students fight in a very similar way, and they all have a strong force. Seiichi dodges their attacks first, and then finds an opportunity to block their attacks and counterattack with magic, defeating them in an instant. Following the intense battle, Seiichi finally uncovers the most challenging issue faced by Class F. It appears that the students of Class F are under a curse that prevents them from using magic. Consequently, despite possessing formidable combat skills and determination, they remain the weakest students in the Magic Academy. Seiichi can see that their bodies are wrapped in curse chains. If he can break these chains, they will be able to cast magic. The strong desire awakens Seiichi to a new skill that can remove curses. Soon, he breaks the cursed chains on the students, who then suddenly feel a lot of mana in their bodies. The genius girl swiftly casts fire magic, summoning flames in an instant. The bear man successfully casts rock magic, and the second prince of the Kaiser Empire showcases his proficiency in water magic by summoning a small waterfall. Similar to the genius girl, the bad teenager excels in fire magic. The students in Class F are very happy because they successfully cast magic for the first time. From now on, Class F will no longer be the worst class and will become the strongest class. After that, the students in Class F have great respect for Seiichi. At lunch, a female student finds Seiichi by his smell. The girl's name is Karen. Before Seiichi ate the fruit of evolution, Karen had fallen in love with him. During Karen's childhood, she faced humiliation from other children, but it was the compassionate and courageous Seiichi who intervened to stop them. Despite Seiichi being fat at that time, Karen's heart still grew fond of him. However, the kind Seiichi became a victim of humiliation due to his obesity afterward. None of the members of Seiichi's harem knows about his past, so Seiichi turns back into his original appearance. He doesn't want to hide what he used to look like, but his harem members still love him after seeing this because what they love about Seiichi is his soul, not his appearance. This touches Seiichi very much. Karen is relieved to see so many good girls in love with Seiichi, but then she wants to leave Seiichi because she may put Seiichi in danger. Seiichi then discovers that Karen is wearing slave shackles. It turns out that Karen and the rest of her classmates have become slaves to the Kaiser Empire. Seiichi is furious, channeling his mana to release a thunderous roar that leaves the students disoriented, yet simultaneously breaking their shackles. The resounding echo of this roar reverberates across the entire world, showcasing the immense power of Seiichi. After that, Barnabas tells Seiichi that the Emperor of the Kaiser Empire wants to conquer the world, so he needs a large number of slaves. The Windbogen Kingdom wants to ally with the Magic Kingdom against the Kaiser Empire. The Kaiser Empire also has allies. The Great Devil Order, which worships the Great Devil, is an ally of the Kaiser Empire. The Great Devil Order has sent 2 spies to infiltrate the Magic Academy. Later, the Magic Academy is going to host a tournament where all the classes will compete, and the students in Class F are eager to showcase their strength through this event. They are especially determined to defeat Class S, as the eldest prince of the Kaiser Empire in that class is known for his arrogance. So Seiichi conducts special training. The students in Class F try to attack Seiichi with magic, but Seiichi easily blocks the magic. They have just learned to cast magic, so their magic is not powerful enough. At this time, Class S also comes to the training ground. The eldest prince of the Kaiser Empire taunts the Class F, saying that the weak should be ashamed. The second prince angrily retorts to the eldest prince, believing that people, whether strong or weak, are entitled to respect, and he tells him that he will prove this in the tournament. After this, Class F continues their special training, and they train very hard until the day before the tournament. As the tournament day arrives, right when Class S and Class F are about to begin their match, 2 spies from the Great Devil Order suddenly emerge. They want to eliminate all the students, including the 2 princes of the Kaiser Empire. In fact, the Great Devil Order's actual motive is not world conquest but rather summoning the Great Devil to bring about the world's destruction. The female spy is good at mind control magic, and she controls many students to make them attack each other. The eldest prince is almost killed by the other students, and at this time, one of the students of Class F saves him. The eldest prince is surprised. He taunted Class F many times, but they are willing to save him. Later, together they begin to fight back. As bait, the eldest prince withstands the attack of the female spy, and the others take the opportunity to attack, injuring her instantly. After the female spy is injured, she falls into a state of madness, attacking the students with very powerful fire magic. Just then, Beatrice stops the female spy. As for Seiichi, he has been going to the toilet due to food poisoning. The female spy, aware that Beatrice is the teacher, manipulates the bad teenager and forces him to attack Beatrice. Fearing to harm the bad teenager, Beatrice refrains from retaliating. However, the students of Class F join Beatrice in calling out to the bad teenager, helping him break free from the mind control. Once the bad teenager regains consciousness, Beatrice can finally unleash her full strength to counter the female spy, swiftly defeating her with a surge of mana. Although they defeated the female spy, the male spy is still here. He is the boss of the female spy, and is more powerful. He defeated Barnabas just now, and he is going to attack the others. The female spy asks the male spy to rescue her, but the male spy directly sacrifices her to the great devil in exchange for stronger strength. Later, he starts to fight against Beatrice, who is soon put at a disadvantage. Seeing this, the students want to help Beatrice, but the male spy is so powerful that he soon defeats Beatrice and the students. After that, he intends to kill these students in front of Beatrice to make her desperate. In this way, the power of the great devil will be enhanced. Right as the male spy prepares for his final attack, Seiichi finally arrives and intervenes to stop him. After he sees numerous injured students and teachers, his anger surges, and he effortlessly overpowers the male spy, earning himself the status of a hero at the Magic Academy. Following this, the eldest prince recognizes the strength of Class F, admitting that the students of Class F are exceptionally talented. Just then, an accident happens. The defeated male spy sacrifices his life, killing Seiichi and a female student in an instant with terrifying magic. Soon, Seiichi's and the female student's souls come to the underworld. The female student is named Eri, and she secretly loves Seiichi, so she wanted to block the magic of the male spy for him, but was killed along with Seiichi. Nonetheless, there's a glimmer of hope for their resurrection. If their souls can successfully pass God's test, they will be granted a chance to return to life. The first test demands Seiichi to respond to inquiries about Eri. The question is whether Eri has developed feelings for Seiichi since elementary school. Since Eri is unable to speak, she conveys her answer through body language, gesturing to Seiichi to respond with a no. Seiichi sees the prompt and chooses the right option. Then the answer is revealed that Eri did not like Seiichi in elementary school, but has liked Seiichi since junior high school because she had no friends at that time, and Seiichi was the only one willing to talk to her. Following that, Seiichi faces the second test, a labyrinth challenge. His ability to walk out of the labyrinth is the key to exiting the underworld and achieving resurrection. Inside the labyrinth, he encounters 3 guards, but he effortlessly overcomes them. The labyrinth itself poses no significant challenge, and Seiichi makes his way out of the underworld after subduing the guards. Seiichi's friends are very happy to see Seiichi resurrected. At this time, Louise arrives at the Magic Academy, where she faints just after seeing Seiichi. It turns out that before that, the kingdom is going to form an alliance with the demons, and they need a witness, so Louise comes and invites Seiichi to be the witness. At the same time, the Kaiser Empire's general uncovers the sinister plot of the Great Devil Order. With the Order now in control of the Empire, the people find themselves engulfed in despair. The Great Devil feeds on their despair, growing stronger and gaining the power to bring about the destruction of the world. So the general escapes from the Kaiser Empire, intending to tell the 2 princes who are studying at the Magic Academy about this. But halfway through, the general meets Despised, the leader of the Great Devil Order. Despised is very powerful, and he quickly defeats the general with evil magic. Just as Despised is about to execute the general, Louise stops him. Louise is on her way to the Magic Academy, so she meets the general and Despised. But Despised is stronger than Louise, and Louise is quickly defeated. Reluctant to kill women, Despised directly leaves after he kills the general. Before dying, the general tells Louise about the Great Devil Order's conspiracy. That's the reason why Louise gets injured and faints as soon as she arrives at the Magic Academy. When she regains consciousness, she quickly accompanies Seiichi to the kingdom. Their mission is to ensure the successful alliance between the kingdom and the demons, so that everyone can join forces against the Great Devil Order. Meanwhile, the Great Devil Order once again sends a spy to infiltrate the Magic Academy. This time the spy is named Jempel, and he can turn himself into anyone. Jempel kidnaps Eri and disguises himself as Eri to enter the Magic Academy. Later, Jempel uses the identity of Eri to attack Seiichi's companions. He can not only copy the appearance but also the strength. Jempel copies the strength of Saria and soon defeats Seiichi's students. As Jempel attempts to attack Lilina, she skillfully blocks his attack, mistaking Jempel for Eri. Lilina forgives him instantly because she thinks Eri is her good friend. This simple and innocent gesture deeply touches Jempel, who has never experienced friendship before and comes from an evil family. When Lilina addresses him as a friend, Jempel no longer wants to harm her. Jempel then turns into Lilina and tries to attack Oliga. It is raining and Oliga wants to hold up an umbrella for Lilina, which touches Jempel again, so he also gives up attacking Oliga. Then Jempel turns into Seiichi, and this time he wants to attack Artoria. Jempel confesses to Artoria and tries to sneak up on her while hugging her. However, Artoria, out of shyness, punches Jempel, which happens to block Jempel's sneak attack. She then happily accepts Jempel's confession. Jempel suddenly becomes curious, so he stops attacking Seiichi's companions. He takes advantage of Seiichi's appearance and spends some time with them. During this period, Jempel comes to realize that Seiichi's companions are genuinely good-hearted people, causing him to no longer harbor any intentions of harming them. Meanwhile, Karen also discerns that Jempel is disguised as Seiichi, as she can detect the difference through his scent. However, instead of seeking revenge upon discovering his true identity, Seiichi's companions believe that Jempel isn't entirely evil. Ashamed by this, Jempel decides to leave the Magic Academy and finds Destra, hoping to break away from the Great Devil Order. Hearing this, Destra directly kills Jempel. With Seiichi's help, the kingdom and the demons successfully form an alliance. The kingdom's adventurers guild begins recruiting more adventurers to prepare for war with the Great Devil Order. So the Great Devil Order sends another spy, Victor, to insinuate into the adventurers guild. Late at night, an adventurer who likes to bite his pacifier becomes the target of an attack. The Adventurers Guild members assemble to investigate the incident and identify the culprit behind it. While some speculate that the Great Devil Order may be the attacker, Victor disagrees. He initiates an investigation of the attack site alongside the Adventurers Guild leader, but they find no substantial clues at the scene. Later, they begin to interrogate the other members of the Adventurers Guild, but each of them has alibi. It isn't until the attacked adventurer wakes up that they learn the truth. It turns out that the adventurer accidentally fell, and he was not attacked. At this point, an adventurer begins to doubt Victor's identity, because Victor learns from the outset that the attacker is not the Great Devil Order. During the investigation, Victor catches sight of her snooping around. He becomes aggressive and intends to harm her, but the guild leader intervenes, putting a halt to his violent intentions. As it turns out, even the guild leader harbors suspicions about Victor's true identity. Without delay, a duel ensues between the leader and Victor. Both men are formidable and excel in hand-to-hand combat. Victor isn't fond of espionage tasks but prefers engaging in intense fights. The battle leaves him exhilarated as they exchange blows until exhaustion overtakes them, and eventually, the duel ends in a draw. But for the Great Devil Order, Victor's mission fails, so they kill Victor as punishment. After Seiichi returns to the Magic Academy, the principal tells a secret. It turns out that Destra, the leader of the Great Devil Order, also ate the Fruit of Evolution, and the Fruit of Evolution was created by the Great Devil. People who eat the Fruit of Evolution will most likely end up being controlled by the Great Devil. Besides, Destra was also a student at the Magic Academy. Many years ago, during a devastating war, Destra tragically lost all his beloved family. Thankfully, a kind female teacher from the Magic Academy took him under her wing and became his adoptive mother. Not only did she impart numerous magic skills to Destra, but she also showed him the true essence of love. Destra feels immense gratitude towards this caring teacher. But in a war, the female teacher died when she tried to save Destra. Destra was desperate, but his emotions were exploited by the Great Devil, which caused Destra to become his slave. One day, Destra follows the order of the Great Devil and comes to attack the Magic Academy. He tries to kill the person Seiichi loves the most, because it can make Seiichi desperate and eventually become a slave of the Great Devil. Destra uses his teleportation ability to transport Seiichi and Saria into the realm of the Great Devil. With the determination to safeguard Saria, Seiichi engages in a fierce battle against Destra. It is Seiichi's first time encountering an enemy stronger than him, and Destra swiftly defeats him. Just as Destra is about to kill Seiichi, Saria turns into a gorilla, intending to stop Destra. However, Destra is much stronger than Saria, and he defeats Saria, killing her instantly. Seiichi feels extremely sad and desperate, which causes the Fruit of Evolution in Seiichi's body to evolve. Seiichi recalls the good old days and instantly feels even more sad and hopeless. At this time, Destra persuades Seiichi to join the Great Devil Order and destroy the world with the Great Devil so that he will no longer feel desperate. However, Seiichi firmly refuses Destra's proposal. Despite feeling desolate, he won't resort to harming others. Despite grieving over Seria's passing, Seiichi has other people he cares about and wants to safeguard, so he will undoubtedly not make the same decision as Destra. After both of them lost the person they cherished the most, Destra opted for hatred while Seiichi chose love. Seiichi's decision causes the fruit of evolution to take a different path. The fruit now possesses the power of love, which surpasses Destra's hatred by far. With this newfound love-driven power, Seiichi manages to revive all those who perished because of Destra's actions, including the General, Genpal, Victor, and others. As Destra attempts to halt Seiichi's efforts to bring Seria back to life, he finds that the evolved Seiichi possesses even greater strength. Ultimately, Seiichi overcomes Destra, using the power of love to restore Destra's true nature. However, consumed by guilt and remorse, Destra chooses to end his own life. After Destra died, Seiichi brings Seria back to life. Shortly after that, they all go back to the Magic Academy, and from then on, Seiichi and his harem begin to lead a joyful life together. That brings the end of the first and the second season of Fruit of Evolution. I believe most of us can't be rational and calm in the face of hatred, and we are just like Destra, easily manipulated by hate. But Seiichi is different. Though miserable, he still makes rational decisions, and finally defeats everything. I know in most cases we can't forgive those who hurt us, but the moment we let go of hatred, we can truly free our hearts from torture and become stronger. I hope every one of you can be brave, and I think this is the real reason why we love anime. It really helps us get better. Of course, I hope my channel can be better as well, so I need your support. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Bye!